Hi Mark, good to see you again.
Hiya.
How are you feeling today?
About the same, really. Not too great. But a slight head cold, so I think that's just adding me to my sense of misery, to be honest.
Right, okay. So that's your mood you're talking, you're feeling quite low in mood?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I got you to rate your mood on a scale of 0 to 10, where 10's been the happiest you've ever been and 0's the lowest, where would you put yourself today?
Crikey. Probably around 3 at best, I guess.
So it's a pretty bad day.
Yeah, I'm not feeling good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fed up.
Okay, that must be awful. Okay.
It is. It's kind of really getting me down, feeling like this, so, yeah.
I just wanted to spend, for this session, a bit of time talking about what you're doing. And I guess, because you're off sick at the moment, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Just looking a bit about what you're doing with your time at home.
Okay.
Do you remember last time we met, we talked about that vicious circle?
Yeah.
About how your thoughts and your mood and the way you feel physically and the things that you do all sort of interact.
Yes.
You remember we filled in this diagram, and I just wondered if this is still happening today and how you're feeling. Last time you came, you did say then you were staying in bed. You were doing lots of thinking and ruminating about things, and you were sort of isolating yourself. That was making you feel quite sad and guilty.
Absolutely.
And that some of the thoughts, the cognitions bit is the thoughts that you're having.
Okay.
You were saying you said you were a waste of time. What's the point? And then you were also saying that physically, inside your body, you were feeling quite lethargic and sometimes a bit anxious.
Yeah, definitely.
Feeling sick.
Yeah.
And your appetite's really poor. Okay.
Yeah, I remember doing that.
Okay. Is there anything else that's going on at the moment that we need to add to this?
That's pretty much how it is.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
And you can still see how it's all feeding into each other?
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Now it kind of percolates around, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't, so it helps to see it in that way, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're pretty happy that you understand what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's clear, I think.
And I suppose what we need to do is we need to look at how we break that cycle.
Okay.
Because before you became unwell, you were quite active and you weren't spending all this time in bed, and your mood wasn't so low.
No.
So the idea is, if we can sort of break that vicious cycle and get you doing more, it should have an impact on your mood.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll have a go if you think it's going to be helpful.
So I've got another sheet where I'll just explain it to you first. So it's called the weekly activity schedule.
Right.
And what this does is, you can see it's set out in hours down this side.
Okay.
And then it's obviously the days across the top. And in these boxes where you record what you're doing at that time, it's got an A and an E. And the A is for achievement.
Right.
And the E for enjoyment.
Right.
So if you feel like you've achieved something, then you would give that a rating on a scale of 0 to 10.
Right.
So the instructions are there at the top about how you score it. So 10 is the greatest sense of achievement, and obviously 0 is no sense of achievement.
Got you.
And the same for enjoyment. 10 is the really enjoyable, and 0 is no enjoyment.
Okay.
Okay. So it's asking you to put a score in for each of the activities. Okay.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
That's pretty clear.
And the idea is that you do this on a regular basis, so you don't forget what you've been doing. So you can do it at, sort of maybe mid-morning or lunchtime, or in the evening.
Okay.
Rather than leaving it all to the end of the day, because you tend to forget, and you forget those ratings as well.
Okay.
Okay. Are you up for that, giving that a go?
All I can say is I can try to do it.
Okay.
You know, so, you know.
What would probably be useful is for us to have a go at filling that in
Right.
for what you're doing, perhaps today, what you did today.
Okay.
Okay, so do you want to have a go at doing that? So
You want me to write
if
this?
you write in, fill in the form.
Right. Righto.
So from 5 to 9 this morning, what were you doing?
I was in bed.
Okay.
Not asleep, but I'm just lying there, I think.
Okay.
So you want me to jot in
yeah,
bed
if you
there?
make a note of that, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And what sense of achievement did you get from that? On a
None at
scale of
all.
0 to 10.
Well, I say none at all. It's going to be 1 or a 2, I guess.
Okay, so if you want to just put that number against the A.
I'll put a 2 then.
And what about enjoyment? Was it enjoyable or
No, not at all.
were you awake or?
Yeah, tossing and turning.
Okay.
So it wasn't. It was fitful. I wasn't sleeping. I'm going to give that a 1.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah. And then what time did you get up?
I kind of I got up and just allowed myself about half an hour to get to here, really. So today the appointment was at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
So I guess I was in bed till about, it sounds pathetic, isn't it? It's about 12:30, to be honest.
Okay.
I just allowed myself that 30 minutes to get here.
Okay. So if you draw a line down there to that time then.
Okay. Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's okay for you.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
in terms of the scoring, did the scoring change at any time when you were lying in bed? Did you know sometimes did it
No,
go up or down, or was it the same?
not really. I think it's all pretty miserable, to be
Okay.
honest.
So if you want to make a note of the ratings the same.
Right. Okay. Okay, I've done that.
And then what happened? Did you have something to eat before you came?
I
or?
think I grabbed a cup of coffee.
Okay.
There's kind of, my wife was getting up, come on, get up, don't be late. So I literally just had a cup of coffee and left to get
Okay.
here for 1.
So if you put our appointment in there then for 1 o'clock, then
Right. Okay.
and what's your sense of achievement in terms of getting here? And
Well, I
is that-
suppose, I suppose that's more than, the fact that I'm here
Yeah,
is
that's really good.
something. Perhaps give that a 4. I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah, 4. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what you
Okay.
think. And hopefully, I guess enjoyment, pleasure.
Yeah, it's not really enjoyable as such. Talking about, it's beneficial, it's useful, but probably at the moment where I'm at, probably only a 2.
Okay, yeah,
Is
you
that
want to
all right?
record that? Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Okay.
So that's sort of an example of how you fill it in.
Right. Yeah.
So what I'm suggesting is if you could do that over the next week
Okay.
until we meet again,
Uh huh.
and record everything you're doing,
Okay.
and then that'll give you a picture of what you're doing and whether there are things that you enjoy doing,
Uh huh.
and maybe we need to look at increasing those
Okay.
with the idea that it would increase your mood eventually if you're
Right.
becoming more active,
Right.
spending less time in bed thinking about the things you said you were thinking about.
Okay.
How
Uh-huh.
does that sound?
All I can say is I'll have a go.
Can you see any difficulties in completing it? Like remembering?
Well, that might be a problem, and if a typical day, if I'm in bed till tea time, then it's just reminded me to try and fill it in. But I think at the moment it'll be fairly easy because it's mainly lying in bed, not doing very much.
Okay, where will you keep it?
Perhaps next to my bed.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Okay.
That might
Yeah,
that'd
as a-
help jog my memory to do it,
Okay.
I guess.
Have you got any questions?
No, I think that's fairly straightforward what you've asked me to do.
Okay.